Hey, what's up, everybody? This your girl Courtney Stearns with You Loud Podcast, where we talk about love, spirituality, growth, good energy, and just little things to help you make it throughout your day and just make it through our life. I'm your host, Courtney Stearns, as I said before. Bear with me. This is my first podcast. This will be the first episode of many. And I'm just excited to be with you guys. I'm excited to talk with you. I'm excited just to share part of my mind with people. So definitely like, subscribe, and comment. Um, and let's get to it. So today's topic is directing love in the proper direction. I know a lot of you are like, what? Proper direction, directing love in a proper direction. Yeah, you know. um when I say directing love in a proper direction, we have three loves. We have love of God, we have love of spirit, and we have love of self. And when I say love of self, I mean your brethren, your kinsmen, people you have around you every day, your kids, your family, your coworkers, like people that you consider something to you or that means something to you. That's what I say love of self. So let's get right into it. Okay, so one is love of God. I know you're asking like love of God. Okay. Um, you pretty much you grow that relationship. That relationship consists of being thankful, um, just being grateful, continuously showing gratefulness to the earth and to the planets, and just being good to things that mean something to God, that you feel will mean something to God. So that includes animals, that includes plants, that includes your neighbors too. And which I don't want to get too deep in that because that is going to bring us into our third love. But we're gonna go back to our second love. We're gonna go to our second love, excuse me, um, which is love of spirit. And when I say love of spirit is your inside man, the nurturing you, the things you don't allow people to see, the things you went through when you were younger that you have yet to let go, or that you're still dealing with, or that you're still nurturing, or the inside of you that you're trying to change and that you want to be better. Um, that's what I mean by love of self. Excuse my glasses, I broke them on Monday. Anywho, uh that's what I mean by love of spirit. Love of spirit is just your insides. It's it's the thing that really should be bigger than your flesh. But who you know us. You know what I mean? We're pretty much stuck on the look of things and how things look. It don't really matter if it's riding on the inside and if it's going through on the inside. We're pretty much stuck on the look of things. However, that's your spirit love. We're gonna go to your third love, which is love of self. And on my notes, I put self and I put family at the end of the F of self because, again, like that's your tribe, that's the people you're connected to, that's the people that's connected to you. So you have to nurture those relationships. You have to nurture all of that. So that requires love too. To want to nurture anything, that requires love, and God is love. So all three of these loves tie in together. I love threes, so I'm just gonna understand. I'm just gonna explain to you more so of how I think of things. Um, let's say God is like a pool, and self love is almost like that. It's that watering pot. Self love is the watering pot, is the hose of what you can give out. And then we'll go um self that's spirit love. Sorry, spirit love is like that watering pot. Self love is like a gallon of water. You know, you can pretty much a gallon of water is pretty much a lot, right? Gallon of water is that's quite a bit of water. Even for one person to drink, that's quite a bit of water. So it's good. It's good for you though. Um, However, that 1 gallon of water could never fill up a whole pool. You know what I mean? Could never fill up a whole pool. And the that gallon of water, that gallon could never be filled if it didn't have the watering pot, if it didn't have the hose, if it didn't have the water line. Like that spirit, the spirit level spirit is like the water line. You know what I mean? The water pipe. If you don't have enough water in your pipe, or your pipe is broken, or something has happened to that pipe, you cannot give out anything. There's nothing for you to give. There's nothing for you to give out. However, um, and then you have love of self, which is like that gallon of water. Um, yeah, you can fill it up with water. Yeah, you can, but it can only hold so much, right? It can never hold what a pool hold in that gallon of water. It could never hold that. So that would be just wrong. It would just be wrong, pretty much. So that's how I think about these three different loves. I feel like you have to understand the differences in them so that you are able to be whole in yourself, in your being, so that you are able to partnership with someone else in a relationship. You have to be whole in your being. So for me, when you begin to get those loves mixed up, um that's when you have all these different problems with uh with love of self. You can't even love you properly, or you can't even love the people around you properly, because you're over the capacity of what you have to give out, and what that person can hold. They're over their capacity. They can't even hold what you're giving because they got so much coming at them too, and they got their loves mixed up too. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to teach you how to be okay with being in love with yourself, so that you are able to be whole. Um and begin to recognize when you are doing such, when you are getting those loves mixed up. I want you to be able to recognize it. And this is not just for you, this is for me too, because we've all been guilty of it, right? um but pretty much um understanding that this pool cannot be filled up by a gallon of water. This gallon of water cannot fill up a pool. And neither one of those can be filled up if my water line, what's on the inside of me, is running low, or it's running dry, or it has a crack in the pipe. Like, it cannot accurately give any one of those love of what it needs. You get what I'm saying? Because there's something wrong with the pipeline. Um, So it's just recognizing those things, because when you begin to get those things mixed up, you find yourself over loving people, um, over concerned, um, worried, um, and not just for you, worried about whoever you're trying to give this to, because you're over the capacity. You're over the capacity. Those things come in because now this is foreign. This is no longer a working machine. This is pretty much rigged together to work, because you're pretty much trying to keep it together. You're trying to make sure this fits. You know what I mean? You're trying to make sure this works. So you're giving all of that to this one human being who is over their capacity. They're over their capacity. They can't You can't give them anymore. They don't even know how to how to unfold, how to even empty from this, because not only do they have you feeling dropping into them, well, they got their side chick, or they have their mom who calls on them a lot. They have their homeboys who is also dropping into their spirit. So they're over their capacity. They can't even begin to give out anything to you, because they don't know what the heck is going on with them. They're drowning, and they don't even know what the heck is going on with them. So they're just trying to keep going and hold the weight. Let me just keep going and hold the weight. Yeah, I'm spilling everywhere. Yeah, the water is running over everywhere, but let me just hold my weight. Let me just hold it. Um but if you can begin as an individual to recognize those things, to recognize when I have gotten my love mixed up and I need to go and do some searching. I'm giving too much in this relationship, and I need to go and replenish myself. I need to go and do some pipeline work and see what's actually going on, so that you are able to actually give those things back out, so that you are able to completely and full on empty into
Tell them
God,
all about my
and
troubles.
talk to him and let him know what's going on with you. I mean, what's the problems, what's inside of you, and it's not like he don't know. That's not the thing. He gave us the as the only as mankind, he gave us the choice. Okay? We are a natural beast who has a choice to do what we want. You know what I mean? Like, so even though he knows what's going on with you, you still got to call upon him the same way you would when you would call that buddy, or you call that boyfriend, or you would call that husband, like, hey, this is going on with me, or hey, where you at? My tires flat, or hey, I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm about to jump off a bridge. Like, the same way you would call that person of self would be the same way you would call God. And he is he is able to do such. He is able to hold that capacity. He is not going to be like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. She's calling me. She's about to commit suicide. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about it. He's not going to do that. That's not what he's about. He's not going to be like, oh, you're giving me too much. Let me stop you right there, my child. Like, no. But you call a human and you try to place all that energy upon them. They can't handle that. They can't handle that. So all three loves work together, but it's very important to recognize all three of them. Just because you want healthy relationships in life, you want healthy understandings in life of why life is and why things run the way they do. And so, yeah, that's so far. That's what I got for you. So again, this is your girl Courtney Stearns with we're at 8 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off. This is your girl Courtney Stearns with You Loud Podcast. Like, share, subscribe, and just let me know what you think about the podcast. Also, place some topics that you think I should talk about or that you want to know my views on. Um, in the comments, and send me a message. And love you. It was good talking to you, and we'll be back. All right, signing out.